Ganbaru, the relentless spirit of the Japanese warrior. Before battles were fought on the field, the greatest battle was within. Japanese warriors believed in a principle called Ganbaru, the relentless, unwavering effort to persist, even when hope seems distant and the world seems against you. Ganbaru is more than endurance. It is not merely survival, it is a commitment to continue, to give everything, not because the reward is guaranteed, but because the act itself defines character. There is a story of a young samurai assigned to train under a harsh master. Every day, the exercises were grueling. Sometimes he could barely lift his sword. Sometimes his body ached so much he wanted to collapse. On one particularly harsh winter morning, the master left him in the snow, insisting he continue practicing strikes and forms until dusk. The young samurai thought, "I cannot do this, I will break." He did not stop though. He kept moving, each strike slower, more painful, more desperate than the last. Hours passed, night fell, and when his master finally approached, he nodded silently, not in praise, but in recognition. That day, the samurai learned the essence of Ganbaru, to continue when every instinct screams to quit. In modern life, most people give up long before necessity demands it. Work becomes difficult, relationships strain, personal projects falter. The instinct is to stop. But Ganbaru teaches the opposite. Strength does not come from comfort. It comes from continuing, from persistence in the face of exhaustion, doubt, and uncertainty. The warrior's mind is trained to endure the unbearable because endurance is what transforms ordinary effort into mastery. Consider another story. During a long campaign, a samurai's unit was surrounded and outnumbered. Supplies were low. Allies were injured. Defeat seemed inevitable. Some soldiers surrendered, panic setting in. One samurai, exhausted and hungry, refused to give in. He carried the injured, maintained formation, and pushed forward step by step. That relentless commitment, that refusal to abandon the path, became the turning point. Against all odds, they survived and later turned the battle. Persistence itself became the weapon. The principle of Ganbaru is not about reckless heroics. It is about calculated endurance, mental fortitude, and faith in one's effort. It is not blind persistence, but persistence guided by clarity of purpose. In life, your battlefield may not be physical. It may be mental, emotional, or professional. Ganbaru trains you to continue moving forward, even when progress is invisible and success is uncertain. To apply Ganbaru today, start with acceptance. Accept that life will be difficult, unfair, exhausting, and sometimes seemingly meaningless. Accept that your mind and body will resist. Then make a choice, move anyway. Step forward when fear wants to paralyze you. Work when distraction tempts you. Speak when doubt tells you silence is easier. This is the practice of relentless courage. Next, embrace small wins as proof of persistence. Every completed task, every disciplined action, every quiet choice to continue builds inner momentum. Like the samurai in the snow, the act of continuing strengthens the spirit more than any reward. The process itself is mastery. Finally, Ganbaru teaches patience with the self. You will falter, you will fail. That is expected. What matters is not avoiding failure, but choosing to rise again each time, refusing to surrender to despair or frustration. True power lies not in the outcome, but in your unwavering commitment to continue, step by step, with integrity. The Japanese warrior's way is not always loud, not always visible, and not always dramatic. It is quiet, deliberate, and persistent. Ganbaru is a reminder that success is often born not in moments of inspiration, but in the relentless continuation of effort when no one is watching and no one is applauding. So if you are tired, continue. If the world seems unfair, continue. If doubt whispers that it is hopeless, continue. Each step, each choice, each day of persistence is a declaration. You will not be defeated, not by circumstance, not by fear, not by your own weakness. That is the warrior's spirit. That is Ganbaru.